and welcome to Fairy Tale Chat. His disappearance is shrouded in mystery. The circumstances have never been known. Did the police do all they could? Is it a cover-up? Did the fox really eat the gingerbread man?
So the children came up with a question. So once we decided on this, the question was going to be, did the fox really eat the gingerbread man? The children then went away in teams, mixed ability teams, came up with reasons. So yes, he did eat the gingerbread man, and no. We came up with characters. So who would say yes, who would say no, and why. So we linked it back to stories.
Please welcome Mrs. Bear.
What, Princess? You might be interested what I've got to say. I think it was Goldilocks that ate the gingerbread man. The stabbing sound that Mr. Pig heard was Goldilocks' vicious teeth. She is evil.
We then storyboarded it, and so we could see what it was going to be like in terms of for writing the script. Then the children they worked with the writer for this particular programme, and they came up with a script with the writer, and then as they were writing the script, there was other children who were designing the set, and then we had children who actually made the costumes as well.
Well, did you actually see Mr. Fox eat Goldilocks? Yes, I saw it, actually, all of it.
This is the adventures of Tom Robinson.
The music that they've produced, just through kind of discussion, choosing sounds, putting them together, listening to things, playing it back, it's been really, really good, and it really adds to the final programmes. The children had total ownership of it at the end of the day. They worked with Rob, who is really good, we worked with before, although he's guiding them in that he knows what, kind of sounds and things may suit a particular kind of programme. It's down to them, and if they say, no, I don't like that, then it didn't go in.
And it's very tense at this point.
Photo Weather, sponsored by Leighton Industries.
Good morning and welcome to Photo Weather.
Salad, cream and tuna, mix them in a bowl. Slice of the cucumber, fresh, not old.
She stopped and listened. She heard a noise. It sounded like someone was right behind a tree, hiding. There was someone there. It was the Wicked Wolf.
What worked with this was, it wasn't just relevant to them in that, they all watch TV and that sort of thing, but it was purposeful, that they actually, everything that they did, everything that they learned to do, they could see how it was part of the bigger picture, and that if they did that well, then fed into the next bit, that ultimately produced this TV show at the end of the week. And when they watched back what they had done, it all fell into place for them, and they could see exactly, that was our idea, and, I did that. And the purposeful side of it, I think, is something that's come out really strongly through this, and that's what made it work, and that's why they didn't think they were learning anything.
Hello? Hello? What? What do you mean? Thank you for that interview. It did look rather snowy.
And they felt
The weather.
a level of responsibility. They wanted it to do well. They wanted to achieve. They wanted Station Studios to be a success because it was theirs.
I felt like the children were talking to each other and the other teams. If somebody was making the props, they'd be talking to somebody who was making the set, and it was just brilliant. And they'd go to each other and they'd say, I'll go in the ICT room or the research room and I'll go and find this for you.
When you're in a lesson, or in normal school, and they're in a maths lesson and they're doing their work, and they don't finish it, or they don't do it to the degree that they can, then it doesn't really affect anybody beyond themselves. It doesn't affect their friend, it doesn't affect, somebody on the other table. But working like this, it did. If they didn't do what they were expected to do to the best that they could do it, then it had a direct impact on the people in their team and their studio.
They just got on with it, they just performed, and real things like the breaks, going for the break when they felt it was appropriate. I never had anybody who would get up in the middle of a piece of work and say, I'm going for my break. They'd wait until they were finished, and they'd, speak to their team, is there anything else we need to do? And then they'd go.
And they had 15 minutes, and they knew that they had to kind of time that themselves and be back ready to work. And they did brilliantly. You know, absolutely nobody took advantage. They all saw how important it was that, you know, we were giving them this responsibility, and that, you know, not everybody gets that.
The best, yeah. Okay, so lots of jumping. Remember, you can do different jumps. Hands straight up, hands to the side, hands out to the front, knees up. Okay, so try different jumps.
Remember, this is it. This is what you've been working towards. So you've got to make it the best you can.
Scene 3, take 2. Action.
Hi there, my name is Yasmin Smith and I'm reporting live from the moon for Star News. Well, here I am. You can see it's quite busy on the moon.
Making it as real as possible in the film studio just added to the importance of what was going on and the ultimate purpose of it, which is come the Friday, we would be filming and produce this TV show. We had, you know, 4 segments being filmed in a day, and it was pressure, and it was pressure on the adults, and it was certainly pressure on the kids. But because they had that whole process beforehand and, you know, were involved in everything and now seeing how it fit together, I think if it had been any less than that, they might have felt a little bit cheated. Working with a film company is something that they've never done before. I think that really got them excited about it.
And the wolf ended up landing in a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The friendly dragon flew off into the sky.
Definitely seen a huge improvement in the children's writing within my studio, and I know that the other studios have as well. The difference in it is just amazing with some children, because they've obviously taken on board some of the ideas from the programmes that they've watched, and I think because they've got it really involved with it, I don't know, they've just came up with so many unusual stories, and I definitely do think this has had a huge impact on their writing.
I heard a comment from a parent who said that her daughter used to get up at 5:30 every morning to watch TV, and now she's still getting up at 5:30, but she wants to write her own scripts. So she has to have paper and things out then. So it's kind of, you know, hasn't really done anything to advertise TV to them, which I'm quite happy about, you know. But it's sparked in the other way, in that they've replaced that, you know, well, that child has replaced wanting to watch TV all the time to wanting to actually making their own TV. So it's brilliant.